Hey everybody. Hey, I'm Dana Hillman, ex-tech exec and author of the Killing Code series. I'm an ex-recruiter and I was recently talking to a friend, someone that I met while I was recruiting in tech and placed on a gig. Long story, he was a solid human. He made me look great and ended up being really valuable to the company. As the saying goes, no good deed goes unpunished. Well, talking to my friend, that's what he was suffering from. A truly horrible scenario. He was getting a promotion. First time ever P&L responsibility, a team of over 100. Basically anything that anybody would want if they're doing that corporate ladder climb. The big problem wasn't the new job, it was confidence. It was more than just a lack of confidence, but rather imposter syndrome. Unless you're a psychopath or a sociopath, most of us suffer from imposter syndrome from time to time, and yeah, it can be a little paralyzing. I've even known perfectly capable humans get their chance, then not take the promotion or walk through that open door because of imposter syndrome. So when it's past 9 p.m. on a school night and I've had a few beers, I will admit my greatness at being an armchair therapist. So I think I started with something like, quit fucking whining. And somewhere between that and the end, I told him that if he didn't feel like he wasn't worthy, then he probably suffered from some incurable social disorder. Basically, I told him that imposter syndrome doesn't mean you don't belong. It kind of means you finally do. Because frauds, they don't feel like imposters. Real imposters, they feel entitled. He felt unsure. That's the difference. So imposter syndrome is what happens when 1.0 version of yourself can't even fathom the upgrade. When you're knowingly or unknowingly becoming more bold, when you write something wrong, when you step into a bigger life, your brain starts to cramp and says, oh fuck. And it's not because you're not good enough, it's because your self-image hasn't caught up to your actual badass. So like in my books, Canadian Smoke, every character who isn't a narcissist or sociopath walks into a room they don't think they belong in. They fake it. They agonize. They flinch. Then they finally just say, fuck it, and do what needs to be done. One brother continually tries to make up for the fact that he didn't earn his genius. The other's pissing away money and doing stupid shit, trying to pretend he's not a genius. Yeah, screwed up. No doubt, but that is imposter syndrome. But the cure for all of us, you show up. Yeah, you doubt, but you stay anyway. With my friend, I told him that every promotion I got, I felt like a fraud. I felt like a bigger fraud when I left tech, when I started calling myself a writer. Even when I first, published my first book, when someone called me an artist, shit, man, I'd laugh like they were joking. It was a ridiculously heavy cloak of humility that I wore that didn't serve me or anybody. But the truth is that voice in your head saying, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" Well, that's the last gasp of the old version of you trying to preserve the status quo to try to keep control. So look, as you can tell from the beard, I've been around for a minute. And I'm telling you, you gotta let that shit die. You've outgrown it, and it's so unbecoming. Imposter syndrome is just the price you pay for leveling up. It doesn't mean you're a fraud. It means you're doing something new, claiming new territory. You want to kill that feeling or make it go away? Easy. Just keep showing up, keep getting shit done. For me, it was to keep writing, to keep speaking. Eventually, your actions will catch up to your self-image, and that voice will shut up. But until then, we're like a badge. Because feeling like an imposter is just proof that you're growing. You're stepping outside your comfort zone, doing something that's real. And when that old voice tries to make an appearance, which it will, remember the mantra and tell it, you're not the boss of me, because it ain't. Cheers, guys. Have fun.